Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Careful Boys, where we are here with Ron Scolesdang.
What's up, Ron?
Run. Hey, Ron.
From entrepreneur to entrepreneur.
Nice.
We made it on the Entrepreneur Magazine!
Big deal.
Check this out. Okay, on the top 150 new emerging franchises, Junbi is at 138
Oh, that's sick, you guys.
Hard.
out of thousands.
Congrats.
Yep.
That's fucking awesome.
That's crazy.
This time, there's 5 stores open, but we got 5 more to open this year.
Wow.
We're gonna be close to, a little over 10, I think.
Let's go.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then?
We're number 138, and if you want to own your own franchise, there's a page in the ad right here on the magazine. Yeah.
Damn, that's tight.
How fresh is this? How
This just came out.
today?
Came out.
Yeah.
Feel?
Holy shit.
We knew it was
you
in,
guys.
we knew it was in the works, but we just saw that it was in the magazine literally like this week or last week.
Dude, that's amazing.
Junbi,
How did
baby.
it feel to read that in the mag? Did you guys know? Did they hit you up beforehand and let you know?
Our partners just hit us up in the group chat and they're like, guys, we're on the ranking. And I'm like, oh shit, we're on the radar right now?
Yo, that's amazing.
Yeah. So we're being recognized. Woo. And we're big enough now to where we're in the fucking big leagues, dude. We're competing with the rest of them, you know?
Dude, there's some crazy names in there. Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah,
in
like
there, dude.
round table pizza.
Round Table Pizza, yeah. They're all on there.
Togos.
Dude, Togo's is still around?
Hey, who did you guys beat, though?
Who did we beat?
Yeah, let's shut them. Let's dunk on
It's
them.
a big list. You want to name them all?
Just a little.
There's some ones in front of us.
900.
But they're all new, because we're on the new franchise list. We're like on the new emerging.
Ice Smash. Definitely beat Ice Smash.
Hell yeah.
That's right.
Daddy's Chicken Shack. That sounds hot.
I've heard of daddies. Everything sounds hot to you.
Nest Protection Plan. Ooh.
Serotonin Anti-Aging Centers.
Ooh, we beat the anti-aging centers.
Good
Let's
luck
talk
with
about
that.
who beat you guys real quick.
No. Dude,
No, we gotta find the names that we gotta chase.
Garbage Kings.
Boba time. Garage Kings.
Garbage is big business, dude.
Garbage. I was like, damn. Oh, garage.
Those garbage kings.
All right, Garage Kings. Okay, I see what's going on.
Dang.
Those garbage kings are so good.
Dang. This is crazy.
I know, it's kind of crazy, huh?
Where do you guys feel like you guys are at in your journey of it?
It's still early. Very early. Yeah. I think there is a big leap though, like from 0 to 20, but then from 20 to 100 is like the next step.
Damn.
And it goes to like triple digits, like, yeah, but it's crazier because the size of team you need at the 100 franchise level too, it's like crazier.
Are you guys trying to go for the 100 level?
I don't know, we'll see, because sky's the limit right now. Matcha's super popular. The whole world's on matcha.
You got the Vietnamese selling matcha now.
Yeah, everyone's on matcha.
Starbucks has matcha. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Boba too.
The minute you have like the
Starbucks has
traditional, like American brands carry Asian stuff, you're like, oh shit.
And right now we're the leading franchise of matcha. We have the most stores. We're the fastest growing.
That's amazing, man.
On average, every single one of our stores does like upwards of 700K-ish and growing. So, yeah.
Damn, guess how many Starbucks has? Just to give you guys like...
How many stores?
To make us feel like shit, huh, Cass?
Thanks, Ken.
They have about 20,000
Like-
locations.
Just to... Because you guys were thinking about 100 is like
Yeah,
the
they have
next
20,
one,
I
you
think
know?
20,000.
Yeah, dude, they have 40.
40?
40K, dude. It's crazy.
Oh, it's worldwide or
Yeah,
nationwide?
yeah, just worldwide.
Oh, shit.
But yeah.
Now you're talking about like publicly traded company though.
That's why I'm thinking like, for you guys, is 100 the goal right now? Or you're just thinking about it?
Right now, I just want to make sure that we can grow not too fast, because it's all about supporting, because this is where franchises fail, is that like they grow hella fast, and some of them, their strategy is all about, let's make 100 stores real quick, but it's like, it's a house of cards. Because a lot of the times, those people that grow like really quick, they don't really sustain and they can't survive because they don't have the infrastructure to maintain that kind of level of growth. Like 100 stores within a year, that's crazy. You know? Because then you need the team to support the 100.
Right.
So that's 100 phone calls if something goes wrong, you know?
Dude,
And then if you don't have the people with experience, because usually what they'll do is they'll have different teams in the region of that corner. You get West Coast, you get East Coast, right?
Yep.
But then if it's like one small group having to deal with all of these things, like I worry more about making sure that everyone gets like the right product and quality like every single place in the world, and just be exclusive, and then open up more, like I guess like open up in a way where you can maintain that instead of just going 1,000 stores and then like it just crashes and burns in 1 year. Yeah.
Can you guys disclose how like whether it be numbers or percentages like franchising works in terms of somebody, like how much goes back to the parent company, like how involved the parent company is, even if you like fully own the franchise?
In most franchise situations, you pay like an upfront fee, and like, you know, whatever the franchise fee is, it could be like anywhere from like 10 to 100K. Like it really depends on what that brand is, right?
McDonald's like $1 million or something.
Yeah, but then certain, like McDonald's and all these other, they'll have certain qualifications where it's like you have to have a net worth of 5 mil, you have to have whatever. So it really depends on the franchise rule. There's usually like a percentage, like, you know, I don't know, like average 3 to 5% of your sales.
Okay.
And it's taken off the gross. So meaning like, let's say you make easy number $10,000 a month, right? And then so you just give them 5,000 off the top, and then the way they collect it, it could be that month or every quarter or whatever. Yeah. So there's two things usually going on: the initial payment and then the percentage.
Yeah.
But some people they do a licensing. So like a franchise is, there's a lot more control from corporate. They'll tell you what you can sell, you know, they'll control the menu, the marketing, everything. And then it's a little bit higher of a percentage, but they do so much of the work. And then there's a lot of support. If you're in a good franchise, they'll support the shit out of you, meaning like, if things go wrong, they'll help you troubleshoot. You know, they're more invested into your business. Versus a licensing is, you could get the logo, the brand, you can get the recipes for their products, you can sell it, but it's after that, it's like peace. It's like maybe you'll pay like a percentage, which is way smaller. Like, you know, like if it's a franchise, you might pay like 5%, and if it's a licensing, it might be like 2 per month. But then you have more freedom. Yeah. So there's, depending what's out there, like there's different kinds of arrangements like that. Because we have another brand called Shrimp Daddy, and that's at the Topanga Mall, and that's a licensing deal with the Planet Hollywood team. And so they give a percentage, but they pretty much have a lot of freedom to add things to their menu, do a lot of stuff like that. Yeah.
Even tweak our recipe a little bit.
Yeah. Wow. Which they've done. They've changed the recipe. Like
a chicken daddy.
I mean, it's all done with good integrity though, because like it's like most people just want to make it better in their eyes. And I think like for us, we used to have the shell on, because in Hawaii, you eat the whole shrimp. And Asians do that too.
Shell.
So when we were at the Smorgasburg, we would have the whole shell, everything. But then, you know, more like mainstream customers, like they don't want that. They rather have no shell and then fully battered.
Yeah.
Which is understandable. So they adjusted that. But if you're a franchise, you have to stay to the rules. Yeah. And we could have said, no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's interesting. And then it evolves over time.
Yeah.
No tails.
This is pretty cool though, because it's like, you know when you make it to like white people publications, it feels like you did something crazy. Because it's like the names that are side by side are like the other companies you've heard of, you know, Jamba Juice, Little Caesars, whatever. So it's cool to see something that was like started from scratch. Because the whole story actually started off with us trying to do another company's franchise. So existing company, we did the franchise. That didn't go well, so we had to start something from scratch. And to create something from scratch, and now for that franchise to surpass the first franchise thing we did is pretty cool.
Dude, that's awesome.
What up, guys? Come join our Patreon because there's hundreds of videos dating back to 2019.
Support the channel's growth and new ideas.
And tap into the closer community by joining our Discord.
Come chat with me inside, and then you can say funny things to me.
And get the opportunity to suggest new video ideas. Come join our Patreon. Thank you.
Link is in the description box below.
How many years did it take from start to where you guys are at now?
It's been 8 years now.
Oh man.
It's been a while, because I mean, I would include the journey of when we all invested into a dessert shop together.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like the beginning.
What was the dessert shop?
It was called Pop Bar.
So we franchised. We franchised that one.
That was you guys? I had no
No,
idea.
not that one. That's a different team. But we franchised the same brand.
The same concept.
yeah.
Because they had one in Arcadia too, no?
Yep, Roland had one. Yeah.
Popped up down the street from my house.
Yeah, but we
In Irvine, right? Yeah.
Right across the street. I can walk there.
We franchised it and then it didn't work out, so we switched it to a couple other concepts and then it ended up on Junbi, which is pretty cool.
Yep. And that was cool because like the journey was just so interesting, just seeing how like all of our friends just got together and there one thing led to another and it just kept rolling and rolling. And we weren't even gonna franchise. We were just gonna open like 3-4 stores in LA and call it a day. But then we're like, well, instead of opening up a new store, why don't we just turn it into a concept and we'll just open it up for other people? Yeah.
I remember you guys going to Japan and freaking seeing a video, you just picking the actual tea leaf like it was a freaking documentary.
No,
I was
we
like,
learned
that's
everything.
freaking cool. I was like, that's dope. Because I know everybody else that jumps on a craze, they don't go that deep.
Yeah.
They literally say, I'll buy the powder, I'll mix it with the water, I'll shake it a little bit, and I'll sell it for $8. So it was really cool that you were able to kind of just go like elbow deep and actually like go very crafty with.
No, we learned a lot.
That's double D, baby.
And it's really cool because in the beginning we're like, oh man, I don't know. It's a big risk because when you're an early adopter, you have to educate. Like no one knew what matcha was back then.
You're crazy.
Yeah, so we're like, well, but the good thing is, it's like if we are the first, then we position ourselves when it does pop off, which is what happened now. So our kind of gamble paid off, right? Because it's like, just 2-3 years ago, we were educating people and being like, have you tried matcha before? No. But now we have people coming in and being like, do you also sell the powder? So they don't just want the drinks, but they'll buy the powder, and it increased our sales like 20%.
And you have to use the right equipment to do it. Now there's a whole process involved. Well, you went from crazy to genius, and that's usually how it goes, right? If you have an idea that nobody does, you're crazy.
I
Like,
know.
what are you thinking? And then if it hits, you're freaking genius. If it doesn't hit, you're like, I told you you were crazy.
Right.
Like, what were you thinking?
And it's just a matter of time, because it might hit later. If you just stay in the game long enough, it'll hit. Yeah.
It's cool. Recently, Keith Lee stopped by too.
Oh, dope.
Our location out in Dallas. So he tried the soft serve and he also tried it. And it was cool because he compared 3 matcha drinks from out there because he would like pull all his fans, like which ones should I stop by, and Junbi ended up being one of them. His favorite one got an 8 out of 10, which means his taste buds aren't that good. And then he said ours was 7.5 out of 10. And then the other one got 2 out of 10. So I'm like, oh shit, I'm glad he didn't say ours was 2 out of 10.
What did the 2 out of 10 taste like? Like,
I don't know.
what the fudge?
But I'm like, oh shit, that's
But
crazy.
he liked it though, and he went back again. Yeah. He liked our soft serve.
Posted, did you guys see an uptick in your guys' sales over there? Because I know that guy's big, influential guy.
all across all the
The week that he did it, we sold a lot of soft serve.
across all Jumbis.
And yeah, and mine's in Hawaii. So the one he went to was
He's the biggest
Texas.
food influencer right now.
Yeah, he's big.
He's like the biggest dude.
He's big, yeah.
You know, that's Kevin Lee's brother.
Isn't that crazy?
It's so crazy. The MMA fighter, Kevin Lee.
That's random.
And
his
Keith,
brother,
Lee,
yeah.
Keith
He used to
Lee
fight too.
used to fight too.
He fought in Bellator.
He's an MMA fighter too.
Now he's food critic?
Yeah. He said, fuck fighting. I'm just going to make money doing food critic stuff.
F fighting, eat food.
Dang.
Ron?
Uh-oh.
See,
Hey, don't go back to that.
That's what I did for a year and a half. Look where it got me. 186.
And recorded it.
Yeah, but it's been a crazy journey though, because we're also meeting like a lot of people in the franchise space that's been in it for a long time, or like, because there's groups out there like the Yum Brands, like the one that owns Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, all that. So that's like, they have like a ton of brands in their team already. So I'm like, how the hell do you even have something so crazy? But the scale is nuts. It's like, there's guys like us that have like 5 stores, and then there's like people like 10,000 stores.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it keeps getting crazier and crazier.
And do they manage it based off of like a corporate structure? Like
Yeah.
just
Oh,
have
they
levels.
gotta.
They just have to have a bunch of levels,
Yeah.
a lot of authority, a lot of administration and leadership just on the people
They
side.
run it like a country because there's like tens of thousands of employees. So like the thing that always got me feeling cool though is when we get into those meetings and they find out how slim the team is, they're like, what the heck? They're like, how did you do that? And that's, I think, the cool thing about being an entrepreneur and early stages is most of us are so scrappy. Like, we don't know what we're doing, but that also helps because we're not tied to like the traditional and the way that they do things traditionally and all that is like they don't use tech that much. They use manpower and they need like 100 people to do what we can do with 3.
Wow.
Yeah. So for example, like we don't have a sales team. We just have one partner that is doing all the sales.
What?
But a lot of the traditional people, like they'll hire an outside franchise sales team. And then they'll be like, all right, I need a budget of like a couple $100,000 because most of that money goes to wining and dining buyers. Because a buyer would be like, oh yeah, I might buy like 5 of your stores. Okay, cool, let's go have dinner. You buy them that tomahawk steak, you give them whiskey, you talk.
Yep.
Old school business style, right? Whereas for us, we use tech and we use digital and we figure out like what's the profile of the person who might be looking for this. They click, it goes through this funnel, boom, and then they get a phone call. So it's all serious buyers and it's a different kind of target.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody has a bunch of money, they want to get in business, maybe it's matcha, but they have no idea what to do about it. That's where the franchise comes in. How do they get
Exactly.
started with you?
Well, that wouldn't be our profile, so I wouldn't take them.
What is your profile?
A profile is someone who wants to own and operate. Because I think that's a different stage. There are people out there like that, like Shaq and whoever. They're like, I want 20 fat burgers right now. That's a different stage. I think the stage we're in is each region, we want people that are heavily involved and they want to also work the shop and own it.
Prison operators.
Yeah, because they're gonna be the guys in that region that'll open up after one successful shop. There'll be like 2, 3, 4, 5.
Which we already have too.
Yeah.
Like there'll be people in cities like I'm ready to open my second one.
Yep.
Like down the street or whatever.
We don't want the baller that's like, I'll buy 5. But then it's like, yeah, you got the money, but you're not gonna work and you don't care because you have KFC and 10 other whatever, and then this is just something in your portfolio. The game changes when now you have a solid kind of group in each region, and then you're like, okay, we got Richard over there locking down Texas. We got, whoever on this area, right? Then they can also support and click up with someone that's got the money to go, I want to open up 20 stores. Well, great, let me link you up with this guy, you guys partner.
So essentially, you would offer regional exclusivity then. So like they are cornering the market for Orange County, they got it down, and they're overseeing it. Then cool. Now, we trust you to utilize our brand.
Yep.
Now you expand.
Yep.
Yeah, and then that's gonna happen a bunch of times.
Yep. Yeah.
Seeds everywhere.
Yeah. But the profile is like,
Seeds.
like what kind of person do you want also on your team?
Someone that cares.
Yeah, because you could get anybody with money. At that level, I was like, oh, that's true. So it's fairly cheap to open one. You could do it in less than $300K. And it really depends because most of that money doesn't even come to Junbi. Most of that money is construction. So it's barely anything that comes to Junbi. So if you find like a boba shop that's failing and it's like, well, I could take this over for like 20K. There you go. You could start with very little money, and each of our stores we got the brand strong enough to where like you could generate around 700K plus. So people they're getting their investment money back in like 2-3 years depending, Yeah.
That's such a cool process, and you guys have been doing it for so long. You guys have it all ironed out.
Well, I just run my own store. We have a team. We call them the Core Four. They run everything. Yeah, and then so they're like the more corporate side of things. So they've been, props to them. They've been pushing this whole thing on that end and growing the company. Yeah.
It's sick. And you made it on Entrepreneur Magazine.
I know. Thanks, dude.
Fucking deal.
Yeah.
That's awesome, you guys.
I gotta brag though. My store's #1. They can't fucking beat me yet.
Yeah.